Come in. Detective. Thank you for coming on such short notice. I wanted to follow up from this morning, considering you made a very important discovery. Please, have a seat. Can I get you something to eat or drink? Right to business. Very well. Listen, the short of it is that Lenny was indeed acting as a mole. Apparently he had some old loyalties to my little brother that he felt he needed to repay before being in the clear. One of those was trying to call in an attempt on my life, should the opportunity arise. I'm not well, but thank you for asking. It's always difficult to find out how much stabbing you in the back is worth to someone, you know? And while Lenny and I have come to an agreement that allows him to keep his life, I can't say that I'm not disappointed in my family. The letters on my desk are all from our culprits. The nicer looking writing is my little shit brother sending orders in code, mostly. The way he writes them, I think he must have gotten into drill rap or something. Dude's using lots of UK slang. Honestly, it's interesting. He always saw himself as more of a generic American gangster, but who am I to tell him how to act? These other ones, they're from your ex. I know you're curious, but I don't want you reading them. It's not about doing your job or not doing your job, detective. This is about you, as a human being. Having letters written to you that describe things so awful that even my stomach turned. This is beyond the normal amounts of crazy that I tend to deal with. This guy is so far gone that he swapped perspective 4 times in one letter. Your ex is a wild card. While I know I can deal with Micah, he's easy enough to bait out on his pride, but this guy, he's an ex-Marine with clear sniper practice. He's completely unhinged and seems, I don't know, he seems to think for some reason that he can intimidate you into panicking and running back into his arms. Why? I have no clue. Yeah, I guess. I did probably scare the hell out of him when I beat him up, one-on-one. But between the two of us, he's really picking poorly. You have every reason in the world to not hold back on him anymore. No question. What are my thoughts on navigating this? Well, to be completely honest, your chief hasn't been super helpful. Whether he's jealous of you or hates me enough that he'd gladly let me take a bullet, I'm not sure. Micah is easy to bait out because, again, he seems to idolize the standard gangsta lifestyle. There seems to be an unspoken rule about disrespect and not taking it, even when it's in your best interest. But like I said, I'm really out of depth when it comes to your ex. What about you? What are your thoughts? I mean, God, I agree. They both need to get their asses beat, but let's look into something more, I don't know, immediate in the future, Right, so dude is super jealous, possessive, and doesn't accept reality. I mean, I gathered as much, considering he seems to still think you're together. Really? You only got him to act up by getting him jealous. Really? Interesting. And with him, let me guess, it turned out to be like anything you did. Well, I mean, realistically, there's two ways we could go about this then. That's one, yeah. We could bait them out individually, but they might not buy it. Micah may not. Anywho, if we cost him his murderous wild card, then he may just retaliate even more violently. No. I think the only way to nip this in the bud at this point is to convince Micah that you're what he really wants at the end of the day. Detective, trust me, I hate the idea. I hate the notion of sharing you, regardless. But I can at least keep my demons in check. But Micah, he would fall for it, because he's hell-bent on hurting me. He's trying in the most personal way that he possibly can, and he's selfish. He'd outright betray your ex to get you, if he felt like it would hurt me the worst. And if that happens, well, honestly, I expect them to tear each other apart. Look, I know it's not ideal, detective. Trust me. We can't just sit here and wait for another bullet to eventually catch us off guard. Once was already far too many times. This level of aggression they're showing, I can't ignore it. We have to retaliate with similar aggression, or we need to use, I don't know, a trick. Somehow making them think that we're unbothered and too into each other to care about them straight up trying to kill us. Here, detective. Give me your hand. I know that the idea of trusting me is still one that isn't the most exciting one. Hell, the fact you've allowed me this close still makes me giggle like I'm in high school. Of course, right, you were the weird goth kid in school. I can totally see that, to be honest. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I was the popular jackass that had a hardcore thing for pretty, scowling goth girls. As a matter of fact, I did a little danger flirting in my day. Look, I can't help being a man of superior taste at the end of the day. A beauty is one thing, but a beauty that could potentially render you helpless with a few sarcastic, biting words. Yes, please. More of that. All of that. Thank you. Detective, if you go back to your goth roots, then I really am going to forget about this whole murder plot. Like, I will actually lose every single brain cell I haven't allocated to other things. But I do know a specialty shop that has very high quality clothing for creatures of the night. Are you serious? Yeah, I'd love to take you shopping one of these days. You've been great company. And it feels like it'd be a good way to help you relax. If you wanted. You deserve to relax. And I could use some time to spoil you to make myself feel just a little bit more useful than I've felt in weeks. I want to show my appreciation to you, one way or another. And if some nice clothes is a good start, well, this morning? What about it? When we were cuddling, I figured you were still sort of upset over that. Detective, look. This doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be a whole thing where we question every single thing that the other person does and what it means. We're adults. You know how I feel about you. And this whole scenario. At the present, I want this to last as long as it can, without anyone getting hurt. I know this won't be a permanent arrangement. I know that. Once this is sorted, we'll have to say goodbye, and there's every chance in the world that we won't ever be allowed to acknowledge the other. I'm not deluding myself anymore. Sweetheart, come on. We both know that. Whatever is happening here, it won't last. It can't. You're a cop, for fuck's sake, and a good one. And I'm a criminal, no matter how many different ways you try to look at it. Give me your hand, detective. But I can enjoy it while it lasts. Can't I? I appreciate it. As much as I do enjoy our verbal sparring, you being nice to me is... it's nice. I'm surprised I didn't have a heart attack too. I was sure that pigs would start flying and spaghetti monsters would descend upon the streets, their killer sauce ready to dominate the world. Maybe hell froze over, who knows. I don't exactly have old Lucifer on speed dial, despite popular belief. What do you say we make plans for Friday to check out that little shopping spot together? That way we can enjoy a nice lunch beforehand. I was thinking the nice new hot pot place downtown, but I am open to suggestions. Oh shit, well damn, detective. Fuck. I didn't know you like such spicy food. You're gonna make me look like a baby if we go to this place, aren't you? Well, just know that if you do that, I'm taking you to my favorite Turkish coffee house. You might get me on Carolina Reapers, but that coffee would wake the actual dead. It's the coffee that kept me up for nearly a week straight during finals. Thank you. Here. I've been wearing gloves to read them and swapping them out frequently. Get the letters to your forensic lab so they can give enough excuses for a warrant to be written up, okay? And then, once you've done that, you think you can take the night off? Because I want to enjoy my time with you, detective. And I have a home theater with a lot of movies to choose from. You look like a classic sort of woman. Big lover of old media. But I've been wrong before. I know this feels weird, and perhaps asking you to enjoy what time we have is selfish, but this will never, ever happen again. I will never get this chance again, and we both know it. So just once in my life, I'm allowing myself to be vulnerable because, God, I couldn't have caught feelings any harder, you know? I'll have my personal chef prepare something truly excellent, as well as the usual movie theater snacks, you know? I'll be damned before I'm too good for movie theater popcorn. Yeah, we can do fountain soda, don't you worry. That's one of the few perks of the criminal lifestyle, you know? You get to buy all the crazy and cool stuff you couldn't afford as a kid, and share it with your big kid friends. Or the woman you're crushing on. I don't know. Yes, 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 ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I offer you a tribute of movies, snacks, fine meals, and jacuzzi tub. Oh, that did it. A good jacuzzi tub holds a lot of power, especially for stressed people that carry the weight of the world on their shoulders and they need a nice massage. Screw it. I'll order in 2 masseuses as well. We can talk a lot of shit over bad movies while getting our spine snapped professionally. Sound good? Great. I'll finish up here. You get that evidence submitted, and I'll meet you in the living room in an hour. Okay? Good, detective.